this win for the Cowboys?
I gave them a 9 because of the team that they beat. The Rams have been playing very, very well. And to do what they did against that ball club, it was very impressive, especially defensively. Defensively, the Rams have been playing better. We'll get to the offensive side of the football in a minute. But defensively, I thought they had started to play really, really well. And the Cowboys came out, and like you said, Jenny, this was the first time in the history of the Cowboys organization they've had 2 guys to go over 100 yards in the same game. But it goes back to something
over 150.
150. More, yeah.
What goes back to something I've been preaching, and a lot of people have been preaching. It was their commitment to run the football.
Yep.
This is what they are. This is why they got Ezekiel Elliott. This is why they pay those high-dollar offensive linemen that money. Not to pass block, to run block.
This is why you lift all them weights.
The same way, the same Rams that broke their will last year, Skip, you remember in the playoff game, when they ran for 273 in a playoff game, the Cowboys enacted revenge. They got their revenge back. They got their get back. And they dominated this game. This is what we know about the Cowboys. The Cowboys are a front-running team. Okay, they score. The Rams come back and make it 7-7. And the Cowboys score again. And when the Rams were unable to score, when the Cowboys got that ball and they marched 97 yards.
97 yards.
That was the end of it. Because it was like, we can't do anything. We can't stop them from running. We can't generate enough pressure on Dak to cause him to be uncomfortable. And the Cowboys just ran away with the ball game from that point.
They just kicked that ass.
That was the formula for the Cowboys to enjoy success. Okay. Zeke 1, Dak 2. And when they did what you said efficient, and that's what he was. He was very efficient. 15 of 23, 212, 2 touchdowns. When you can have a clean pocket, run the ball, I keep telling Skip Bayless, there's nothing wrong with Ezekiel Elliott. He's 2 yards right behind being the 4th leading rusher. Now, I don't know if he's going to be able to.
He's led the league in rushing 3 straight years. Go ahead.
Unless you're Jim Brown, who can only say, I led the league in rushing every year within the NFL except one. Nobody else. There are a lot of Hall of Fame backs. Sure. Tony Dorsett, Franco Harris, Eric Dickerson, Earl Campbell. None of them led the league in rushing every single year. So this notion that Skip Bayless says, because Zeke Elliott is not leading the league in rushing, he's a different guy, is being disingenuous. He's not a different guy.
Disingenuous?
Yes.
Being honest.
How about
He's
this?
saying you lying,
Well,
Skip.
you're calling me a liar? I think it's my turn to go now.
No, it's my turn.
Well, I'm going to jump in.
No, you're not going to jump in.
I'm a liar about Zeke? And what have you seen from Zeke the whole year that looked like that? What game the whole year did you see look like that?
Did you see him against
Call me a liar?
Did you see Eagles?
He's gone 5 straight games without getting 100 yards. Are you kidding me?
Are you going to let me finish?
You can't call me a liar before you're finished.
Because Skip Bayless wants you to think that Zeke Elliott must run for 100 yards every game, lead the league, or he's not valuable.
How about 5 straight without 100?
Wait. But weren't they saying that without Zeke running for 100 yards, the Cowboys can't win? And now you talking about this? Come on now, Skip.
Lord have
so let me ask you a question.
on my soul.
So just make sure I'm hearing you correctly.
Yeah.
Emmitt Smith has never had 5 games in which he's not rushed for 100 yards.
This is about Ezekiel Elliott, who led the league in rushing his first 3 years in a row and has not looked the same all year until game number 14.
So what did it look like against the Eagles?
Yeah.
What did it look like against the Eagles?
Just okay.
That was about the only other good game he had.
Buck 11.
Yeah, guess who the other guy was? That guy you call Mike Pollard? Did you see a burst? Now that's a burst. That's what you call breakaway burst. You see that from Zeke this year? You do not.
Skip, Zeke is
He's
never
running in Cabo San.
Skip.
He got mad yesterday. He ran with a vengeance. He ran angry yesterday for the first time all year. Thank you, Zeke.
Skip. Name the time in the NFL, with the exception of the first 8 games of his career in the NFL, Zeke has shown you burst. He's shown you breakaway. He's shown you Christian McCaffrey. He's shown you Saquon Barkley.
Rookie year, a whole lot.
Skip, he had 5.
Second year, a whole lot.
No, he didn't.
No,
Come
he
on,
did.
Skip.
No, he did not, Skip. He had 5 his rookie year, and he's had 4 runs of that length since then.
Since then, Skip.
But we're not talking about college. I said the NFL.
We are.
The NFL, Skip.
We're talking about 4.40 at the combine.
Go ahead.
You see 4.4?
Go ahead,
No,
Skip.
you called me a liar. It's your turn. Go.
Go ahead. No, you want to.
I was good. I was going to sit over and wait.
I said you're being disingenuous if you're saying Ezekiel Elliott is not a dominant back. He's 2 yards from being the 4th leading rusher in the NFL. I don't believe he'll catch Chubb. I don't believe he'll catch Derrick Henry. But he can finish as high as 3rd. But you say he going to rush for 1,400 yards, and you're going to say the guy's a bum.
I didn't say he was a bum. He's just not the same. Hasn't been until yesterday. That was the guy. Hadn't seen him all year. Thank you. Welcome back.
Having played 14 years, having studied the game a lot, I've never seen a guy be great every single game. From Lawrence Taylor to Tom Brady to anybody. You're not great every game. It's a body of work.
Whoa, Skip. Wait a minute. You are saying that players aren't perfect every single game? Oh, wait. Shannon Sharp, you treat Dak Prescott that he has to be perfect every play of every single game. I believe we just caught you contradicting yourself. So wait, Shannon Sharp.
Work, and his body of work says he's still a great back.
Well, having learned the game from Bill Walsh.
So does that mean that Dak's body of work, having over 4,300 yards, 26 touchdowns, 11 interceptions?
Got paid and was overpaid. That's what I told you from the start. You say I'm lying about that? I'll take anything but call me disingenuous, which means I'm evading the truth.
So let me ask you a question. With Don Shula, with Jimmy Johnson, with Bill Walsh, were they great coaches every single game?
Well,
no, but
not.
they were
Not the same guy. What do you mean, okay, then? That's just a silly question.
No, it's not, Skip.
Yeah, they were always pretty great.
No.
Yeah.
No, they weren't. No, they were not, Skip. All I'm saying is that Ezekiel Elliott, Skip, is still a great back. He might not rush for 150 yards.
Well, hello, friends. Mark Holmes here with my buddy Cowboy Joe Boo, and as always, thank you guys for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Board. And that goes for you haters as well. Let's get open for business here, and let's wake up the football gods here. Now, let me start off by saying that one game does not cure all your woes. We played for the first time, well, maybe the second time this season, really a complete game. And I am very proud of the way that they came through adversity, because we were all, Shango, Shango was kind of like he was sedated. He was just like, I just don't know what to say. I know I killed the coaching staff to DeMarcus Lawrence to Zeke Elliott. I killed everybody because I looked at this team and I was just like, how the hell do you have Mitch Trubisky look like Lamar Jackson? How do you miss 19 tackles? To me, I'm sorry. That was a disgraceful performance that we had against the Bears. You know, a team that we had more to play for than they do. But at least they came around. They enacted some revenge from last week, last year, which was the game that seemed to be the turning point for this team that ended up being, from that point on, we could not stop the run. Now, I see a lot of people already in here asking about Philly 500. You know what? This, my friends, is what we should be living for. This is it. This is trash talk. This takes me back to my roots of growing up, of watching as a little kid, sitting on the couch, not really understanding football. All I understand was, that's my dad. He was real big back then to me. You know, I'm a little kid. That's my dad, and he's cheering for the Cowboys. And I know my uncles and my cousins and stuff, they're coming over there with their Redskin stuff on, cheering for the Redskins. But I want to be like my dad. And they had the little $2 and $5 bets, because back then that was a lot of money. That was a lot of money back in the 70s, okay? When you were betting $5 and $10 on the game, that was a lot of money. And my dad, of course, he was a diehard Dallas Cowboy fan. From day one, I wanted to be like my dad. And since that time, I have always been a Dallas Cowboy fan. I have never wavered. I've not always been happy about what the Cowboys are doing. I've been pissed off at them, but I've never, ever changed my allegiance. Eagles about to double moon. Oh, see? You know what? I'm going to show that one. So growing up, when the Cowboys won, the phone in the house didn't ring. See, we didn't have smartphones back then. we had a landline, and we actually had ones that we actually, I remember, we had a dial phone. That's right. We had to dial. You know, you hit 8, you ring it all around. 6. Yeah, I'm that old. But when the Cowboys won, the phone did not ring because there were no other Cowboy fans around. Everybody else was Redskin fans. But my dad would talk trash to his friends and things like that, my uncles and cousins and things, and vice versa. When the Redskins won, that phone was ringing off the hook to talk smack. And herein lies where we are now. Most Eagle fans, I hate to say it, have no house training. They have no filter. And some of them are freaking cockroaches. See, we had a ton of cockroaches that came in my house yesterday when we were just getting the game started, live streaming, because they were pounding their chest, talking about Carson Wentz, my man, Carson Wentz, he's the greatest, Carson Wentz, blah, 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 blah. Cowboys, because they figured the Cowboys were going to get blown out. They figured we were going to lose the game. But something crazy happened. The Cowboys made Jared Goff look like an undrafted quarterback. The Cowboys defense shut down Todd Gurley, a man who said he ain't worried about the Dallas Cowboys. Zeke Elliott started to eat. And he started feeding Tony Pollard. We had guys who you have not heard from, like Austin, doing things. We did play action. We actually did bootlegs. We did run pass options. And all of a sudden, just like the cockroaches, when the lights came on, all of those cockroach Eagle fans that were trolling disappeared. They were gone. It was a nice stream for the rest of the game because it was all Cowboy fans. And a Tampa Bay one. Shout out to the Tampa Bay fan that gave me the big $100 super chat yesterday. So, Philly 500, who is feeling it, you can look at him feeling it right here because he's been drinking eggnog. I've never known anybody to get 55-gallon drums of eggnog. 55-gallon drum of eggnog has been delivered to his house, and he has literally been sucking it down. Yesterday, when the Redskins were going to that ass, he was sweating. You could see it. Eggnog. It was like white drippings coming out of spores. I was like, Philly, you need to slow down on that eggnog, buddy. But he came out confident, cocky, and challenged me to a bet. I was just over here minding my own business, just doing my own thing, you know. And he challenges me to a bet. Let me give you guys a taste of Philly 500, feeling it.
Just put up 44 points the week before. I like it because usually they have to come down to earth. And Dallas, the one thing about them, they haven't been consistent all year.
They're
true. Great one week, bad the next week. Great one week, bad the next week.
Yeah.
So, you know, they're not going to be in Dallas. They're not going to be in that little warm stadium. It's going to be cold. It's going to be NFC's football. And I think it's going to be a close game. I think it's going to come to the fourth quarter. I think it's going to come down to the wire. I think we're both going to have our hearts in our throat. And we're going to find out who wins the Christmas Bowl. Hopefully it's us. Because Dallas stinks.
Oh.
You know what I mean? That's what I say. And I know Mark Holmes is itching.
Itching.
He is
itching for a scratch.
Itching to go up against me. He's like, this is hate week. We have to go at it. So here's what I'm going to do for you, Mark.
Here's what he's going to do for
I
you.
will match you hate week for hate week, whatever you want. I will answer the bell to anything. You call me on your chat, I'll be there to double moonwalk that ass. But here is the bet I have for Mark Holmes. On my side, he could tell me what he wants from me. But I'm going to throw it out here right now. Mark, this is the bet I want. If the Eagles win, when the Eagles win on Sunday. You know what I mean?
What did he just say? When the Eagles win?
Give me. I'm sorry. I will give you a list of names that have been banned from your channel. Eagle fans who have been blocked because they trolled you. And you have to let them all free. You have to let them all free. I'm going to give you a list of all the Eagle viewers, YouTubers, whoever, who has been banned for being Eagle fans and trolling your ass when you deserve it. I want them free. I want them free.
Let
and you
my
can't ban
people
them
go.
For
Go
at
ahead,
least
Moses.
the rest of the season. That's the bet. That's the bet. You got to take your medicine. Let my people troll. Because if we win, they're going to troll your ass. And they should. Look, Dallas, here's the truth. The Eagles have no weapons. Mm-hmm. They have a defense that have been bad. We're beaten up by injuries. Mm-hmm. There is no reason why the Dallas Cowboys should lose this game. There's no reason why. Right? There's no reason why. I mean, they got Amari Cooper still. They got Gallup. They got Elliott. They got all their weapons. They got everybody. Mm-hmm. We don't have our first receiver. We don't have our second receiver. We don't have our third receiver. But we have a quarterback who keeps coming, even when he makes mistakes. He keeps coming. And did you see that pass to Miles Sanders in the back of the end zone? Ridiculous. That was an amazing throw. So I'm excited because I know that though Dallas is healthy and they may have more talent, which is a fair thing when you look at all our injuries, truth of the matter is you got to play the game. And you're playing in Philly, and it's an NFC East division rivalry, and anything can happen. Anything can happen. So for you Cowboy fans that think because you scored 44 points, you're going to sit there and you're going to just dominate us and we're going to get destroyed, you better think again. You better think again, because I plan on coming out of this Sunday ready to enjoy my Christmas, perfect Christmas, just like the old days. Like I said, I haven't seen things so crazy in 10 years. Well, this reminds me of like 10 years ago. This reminds me of the Jeff Garcia when he said those beautiful words, "Merry Christmas, Philadelphia." That's what we're going to get again this year. The Eagles are going to knock Dallas out of the playoffs. That's what I want. Let's fire the coach. I don't care. Let's do damage. Let's
fire the coach. Let's do damage.
Now, I'm not saying it like I'm overconfident, because I'm not. I realize Dallas is pretty damn good when they play together, especially. But anything can happen. And the Eagles, the way that we don't give up, the way that we're able to come back, gives me hope. Now, hopefully, this defense can figure it out. With that said, take care. Talk to you later. And don't be a dingbat.
Okay. Okay. He's challenged me. He has basically said, bring it. Now, Philly's not the first person to call my name. Say my name, say my name. And I sat here and thought about this because, see, here's the problem. Is if you're going to talk the talk, you got to walk the walk. And you never gamble anything more than you're willing to lose. Okay? You don't bet the house on things. And the thing about it is we have a lot of nice women, wonderful women that are on here, like Emily Ann, you got, Kathy, we got Miss Jackie. We have kind, decent folk here on the channel. And you've got a lot of Eagle fans out there that have no house training. And letting them run amok on my channel, if I do this, we have to put in some ground rules, okay? Because the basic rules here, because I keep getting people that come in and say, oh, he's going to block you. First of all, I'm not the one that blocks you. You got to talk to Jet D. You got to talk to Joseph Heatherly. You got to talk to Miss Jackie. You got to talk to Brian SoCal. You got to talk to Philly Cowboys fan. You got to talk to Mike Mosh. Because they're not going to let you act up, because I don't want you to scare the wonderful women that come in here. I know most of you Eagle fans, you trolls and stuff, are in your basement and you don't actually see women. I get that, that you don't get outside in the sunlight very often. I understand that, in which case you have no filter. But I got to understand here, we have the full spectrum of people here, not just Cowboy fans. This channel is about more than just being in there talking crap and going after people. Okay? So if I do this bet, you got to understand, you Eagle fans, you don't come in here cussing out people. You do not attack people. It's not about personal attack. Yeah, you can troll me and say, hey, because I know the Eagles Nation, if they happen to win, will troll me all offseason. I get that. I understand that. I expect that. I wouldn't expect anything else from a cockroach. Because, see, those guys who'll be in here talking smack if the Eagles win are too scared to show up right now. They wait until the cover is clear. Whereas I'm here every day, win, lose, or draw. So I did a little video earlier with Philly and said, okay, we'll do a little bet. Now, what I wanted in return if the Cowboys win was for him to wear a Dak Prescott jersey and profess how good Dak Prescott is while he double moonwalked on a Carson Wentz jersey. I can't do that, Carson. I can't do that. I can't do that. So I let him off with, you wear a Dak Prescott jersey. And you will talk about how good Dak Prescott is. So there it is. Jake Rogers, you're here. Are you an Eagle fan? You're an Eagle fan? Okay, all right. Well, shout out to you. You're one of the few that are showing up. Congratulations. I appreciate that. You got to use that cockroach audio from Scarface. I'm trying to remember. Oh, man. I'd probably get blocked for that. But, yeah, the freaking cockroaches. Okay. No, can't let them off. Respect Jet D. Jet, there was a time when people were saying Dak sucks, we're getting banned. Talk is cheap. JJ. No, you know what? You get to a point. Yeah, you know what? And here's the thing. I will block idiots that will just come in. Because here's the thing. No. Let's go ahead and actually clarify it. Because, see, here's the thing. If you're going to come into my house, okay, this is my house. It's the people's house because it's all about spreading the mojo. But if you're going to come into the house and try and disrespect me, have your shit together. Don't come in here with assumptions, half-truths, and bullcrap. Here's the thing. If you want to tell me Dak Prescott sucks, prove it. Prove it. Make an argument, make a case. But see, when I get guys that just come in and say, Dak sucks, replace him. Okay, what's your solution then? We had Tony Romo, right? We didn't win the big ones with Tony Romo. And I will say Tony Romo was a great quarterback. And a lot of people said, replace Tony Romo. And I said, with who? With who? What's your solution? Because as I look around, because see, idiots will come in and they'll say, Dak sucks, let him walk, and we'll just draft somebody else. Wasn't Jared Goff drafted number 1 in the draft? How's he looking right now? How's he looking right now with the $30 million a year contract? Marcus Mariota. Wasn't he the second pick in the draft? Oh, Philly 500 is here. I'm here, I'm listening, can't wait till Sunday. Yeah. Like I was just saying, Philly, that if the Cowboys win, you will be wearing a Dak Oh, Philly, I need your address because I got a couple of things for you I need to send before Sunday. We have the trash can. The toilet bowl for you. And we also have your shirt here. Your shirt. I got to send this to you. Now, I have a 2X. I hope that's going to be big enough. But the way you're drinking that eggnog, I might need to get a 3X. Do I need to get 3X? I'm just checking because you've been like, yeah, you might as well just get an IV, Philly. Just get an IV and just hook up that 55-gallon barrel of eggnog you got there. It just run into your veins, man. Just run into your veins, man. That's what you got to do. Now I lost my thought, man. You got me all messed up. Omar, you're just congested. Hey, Philly. My argument about Dak Prescott. Because we have so many people that will just come in, Dak sucks, replace him. And I say, okay, fine. Replace him with what? What is your solution? Because as you hear, Shannon Sharp contradicted himself. He was basically talking about, you're talking about Zeke Elliott. Emmitt Smith didn't have a 100-yard game every game. Nobody plays perfect games every week. But it's like, wait a minute. Don't you hold Dak Prescott to that standard? Don't you? Because you were talking today about, this is what's amazing. Dak Prescott's got a hairline fracture in his finger. He's out there throwing the ball like crazy, not missing time. And you're talking about, if he had hit Amari Cooper right there, that would have been a 70-yard touchdown play. But wait a minute, guys playing with a hurt finger and stuff, and you literally expect every single pass, every single game for him to be perfect. But you're going through and saying, well, not every coach is perfect, not every running back's perfect, but you hold Dak to that standard. And see, a lot of the idiots out there will say and turn around and say the same thing. Because, see, I look around, and people last year were saying, I'll take Baker Mayfield over Dak Prescott. How's he playing this year? How many times have the Cleveland Browns drafted a quarterback in the first round? Which, by the way, they have a losing record over the decade. I think the only team that does. Haven't had a winning record over the last decade. The only team that doesn't. And every year they draft a quarterback. People keep having this notion that, the Cowboys, they got Tony Romo. He was undrafted. They got Dak Prescott in the 4th round. So, we can just do that stuff all the time. That shit don't happen. Philly 500. How many picks did you give up, Philly, to get Carson Wentz? How many, was it 3 picks to move up? To get Carson Wentz? Now, Carson Wentz, you guys talk about Dak Prescott. Carson Wentz has had 44 fumbles since 2016 and leads the NFL. Carson Wentz right now, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, is 12 and 13 over the last 2 seasons, Philly. Am I right about that? 12 and 15? I'm sorry, 12 and 13. Not exactly earth-shattering, even though they tell you that Carson Wentz, oh, man, he's an MVP. Do you really think that he's an MVP? Philly? Thank God we moved up for him. Yeah, well, but again, I'm not saying he's a bad quarterback. I'm not saying that he's a quarterback that you just say, oh, forget him, just trash him. I'm not saying that you should get rid of him and go, because there are not a lot of quarterbacks out there. Tom Brady has come back down to earth a little bit. Now he's gotten older. You got Russell Wilson who's playing on another planet. You got Lamar Jackson who has smart coaches that catered their offense to his skill set. And because he is such a running threat, you are more worried about him running than throwing. And, of course, just like RG3, it's something different that defensive coordinators haven't gotten up yet to. Pat Mahomes, he's got one of the best offensive-minded coaches out there. He made Alex Smith look like a Hall of Famer. This year, no. I'm glad you're realistic. See, Drizzy, I'm not sure you really count that Super Bowl as his, because he played when there really wasn't pressure on him. Carson Wentz did the heavy lifting into the Super Bowl, but I'll give it to you. I will give it to you. But I'm just sitting there looking at it right now, and I don't think that he's looking like a Super Bowl quarterback at the moment. Even if you take into consideration that he's got, I will give you, Philly, that your team is decimated like I told you it would be. I told you. Deshaun Jackson, we're going to have Deshaun Jackson. He's going to do wonderful things. Yeah, okay. And I told you, he's old. Told you. But those fumbles, 44, he's a turnover machine. He's getting to be like, dare I say, Eli Manning at turning the ball over? Now, I'm not going to, listen, let's be realistic right now. The Dallas Cowboys have been inconsistent. What they do is sometimes you got to feel like Charlie Brown. Sometimes you feel like we're going to kick that football. Lucy's not going to pull it away this time. This time we got it. And you get up there about to kick that ball, and what does Lucy do? Boom, pulls that ball away, and we're left flipping around. The Dallas Cowboys are Jekyll and Hyde. But I will say the Cowboys are one other thing too. They're streaky. They usually don't have a good game and a bad game. Usually they have a good game, and then bad game, bad game, bad game. We've had 2, 3 losing streaks. We started out the season, 3 great games. It just depends on what team shows up in Philly. And right now, there's 2 ways to look at it. You can say the Cowboys have dominated the Eagles. We got 4 wins in a row, although Eagle fans, we won't count that one at the, when the Super Bowl season. I can get you that. I'll give you that one because you weren't really playing and it was a 3-0 score. We've won 4 in a row, or minus that one, 3 in a row. We've dominated them. You could say the Eagles are due. You could say the Eagles are going to be motivated. You could say the Eagles are at home. And make no mistake about it, playing in Philadelphia is never easy. If the Cowboys, Philly 500, it could get ugly. It could, it could get, but pump the brakes on that. Understand. I'm not going to bring out the operation board because I think that actually jinxed him and actually made it so he stayed healthy. Trent Mache, thank you very much for the super chat. Oh, cool. You're setting up a YouTube set. The thing everybody's talking about now is finally the Dallas Cowboys, they got back to running the football. It's because Dak sucks, and that's why, we ended up winning the game. I won't really go there with that. I'm going to actually say the way the game was called, and a lot of people disagree with me, the way the game was called set up the run. Here's what's interesting. Limp it to him wins. Here's the thing that's interesting. If you go back and watch the games, the 3 games that we lost in a row, you had New England, you had Buffalo, and we had the Bears. What the Cowboys tried to do was establish the run in the first half. 42 times. What's up, Twan? 42 times in the first half of those 3 games, we ran Zeke Elliott on first down. 42 times. We never got the offense in gear. This game, in the first half, on first down, we only ran Zeke Elliott 3 times. Huh. Sure, Trent Mache. Definitely you can email me about cameras and etc. I use actually Mevo cameras, and web cameras. I actually have 4 different cameras that are actually set up for us because that's a webcam up there. That's our God camera looking down on our Dallas Cowboys and Philly 500. Then I have a Mevo camera that's over here that we can actually zoom in and control a little bit if we want to. I've got then another Mevo camera that's right there that we can zoom in and zoom out. And then we have our 4th camera, which is over here, which is just a webcam. So that way we can kind of move around a little bit because I don't want you to get bored looking at one perspective. I don't know that you want to look at that one. That's kind of like big Philly face. That's like a fat head. So you don't know what you're going to get. But here's what was different about this game. If you watch the game, people, I get told that I'm not a real YouTuber because I don't do film breakdown. But I actually went through and when I was watching the game on Sunday, the first drive that we had the ball, I looked at it. We didn't score any points on it, but it was different to the point where it ended up making the Rams guess what we were doing. And it was great because we first lined up in the eye, 2 tight ends to the right-hand side. It looked like we're just going to run the ball on first down like always. We get to the line, and they ended up doing pre-smack. They changed the setup. Zeke Elliott goes outside. Blake Jarwin splits out even further. It looks like a 5 wide receiver set from that. And you could see that the Rams were like, the fuck? What? Wait. Ended up being just a 7-yard route to Jason Witten. But the fact that you got 6 yard, 2nd and 4, as opposed to running Zeke when they know you're trying to run Zeke right then there, where it might be 1 or 2 yards, where it's 2nd and 8, it's a whole lot nicer having 2nd and 4. And they kept doing things that were different. We got back in the I formation. All of a sudden, then you put Austin to the right of Zeke Elliott, and you ended up faking the quarterback option. We did play action that froze the linebackers or getting the linebackers suck up in there. And you were looking at this and saying, why haven't we been doing these things? Because what's happened when we go against New England, all of a sudden our play calling becomes very simplistic. We're going to run the ball to the middle. We're going to run the ball. And you can see it's just like, I don't know if the coaching staff, if their butt just tightens up to the point where you could take a piece of coal and make a diamond or what, and they get scared or not. I don't know what it is. But you look at that game, and that game was truly called differently than your 3 losses. And maybe I have to give credit to Jason Garrett. Maybe him showing the film and the tape of the players when they've played great games motivate. I don't know. Sean Lee came through. Sean Lee, or was it Jason Witten? That said, basically, Jason Garrett gave a speech to them that basically they came back during the game and said, we got you. He motivated them. I don't know how, okay? I'm giving it all you guys that say, you always blame, Jason Garrett when we lose. You never give him any credit when we win. Okay, apparently, Jason Garrett worked some mojo on him. I don't know. Or maybe it was Justin being on the sideline. I don't know what it was, but you can't tell me that was the same team that came out against the Bears. It wasn't. They played totally different. They played with heart. They played with passion. And there was, for whatever reason, I could not get these videos to unload off my phone onto my computer. But if you looked at that sack of Jared Goff, where Jared Goff, I think, hurt his hand, there were 6 guys that were all collapsing on him. There were 6 guys. You remember how last week when people kept saying, you are just beginning to sound like a broken record, you're saying the same thing. I kept talking about what we were taught is 11 hats on the ball. When you tackle, you don't, hey, this guy, okay, he got the tackle. You don't stand around. You go in there and you lay some wood too. You punish people when they come in there. You make sure that there's no chance of him getting away because, the first guy's there, everybody else is cleaning him up, and maybe they're knocking the ball away. You saw that on Sunday. You did not see Mitch Trubisky, the biscuit, as you would say, Philly 500, just running away and people standing around. You didn't see a quarterback doing a quarterback sneak, fumbling, and people are standing around like the play is over. You saw hats on the ball. You saw guys that were relentless for whatever reason that they weren't the week before. And if that team shows up, they can be dangerous. They can be. So, Philly, if you're still here, I accept your bet. But just let your people know they can't be an ass and they can't attack my people because I will defend my people to the nth degree. So, that's all I have to say about that. The whole wide receiver core, it's just Tuan. Yeah, you guys. Actually, I think you guys are doing better with the practice squad. Oh lordy, we got a Jason. I still don't like you, Jason Garrett. I still don't like you, man. Kevin Burks, Cowboys, biggest Cowboys homer ever. And is there a problem with me liking my team? Are you not a homer for your team? Is that what you're trying to say? I mean, is that what you're trying to say? So what? You know what? Mark Holmes, loser. Okay. See, that's what I'm talking about with personal attacks. See, Philly, control your people, man. Because they're going to be the first ones to run. He blocked me, Philly. He blocked me. Yeah, because you're a freaking idiot. So when you do stupid shit, when you come into my house and act a fool. You understand what I'm saying? You want to come in and talk about my team. If you want to pound your chest if you win, you can do that. But when you come in and just say, you're an idiot, Mark. No, don't be coming in here doing that shit on my channel. You understand what I'm saying? Mark Holmes has invited Shannon Sharp to Christmas for family dinner. Yeah, I'm sure he would be in there. Mark Holmes, be humble. You know what? I got to tell you. Here's the thing. Be humble. Let's clarify something here. Whether I'm humble and thankful, I'm so happy the Cowboys. I'm going to be quiet. I'm just not going to say anything. The Cowboys beat the Rams. Okay, because if I say something, the Eagle fans, they're going to talk about me. Oh, okay, yeah, okay. Do you think it really makes a difference if I'm humble or if I talk smack? If the Eagles win, you don't think that they're going to come, oh, well, you know what? We're not going to give Mark a hard time because he was humble. Get the F out of here. You know, Eagle fans, you are just laying in wait right now. You are laying there. You are laying there waiting, in wait, like those cockroaches, for the Cowboys to stumble up. And you get that victory because you will ride me. You will ride me whether or not I'm humble. And you know what? Justin, who I'm trying to figure out how we can shout out to Justin. Justin's my buddy. I've never met him, just like I've never met Joseph Heatherly, but I feel like we're family. I feel like we're family. See, if we win, I'm coming to Mr. Holmes' channel. See, and that's the thing. So many Eagle fans are like, I'm only coming to Mark Holmes' channel if we win. If we lose, I'm not going to show up. Come on, man. If you're going to walk the walk, talk the talk. Don't be there just for the victories, okay? Because, see, I don't want no woman that's only there when I got cash. I want one that's going to be there putting a foot in my ass saying, you dumbass, you need to fix this shit and make some money. But I ain't going nowhere. See, that's a real keeper there. You don't want those ones that are there to spend your money, and when it's all gone by, where's the next guy? No. You want the real fans. So, Now I lost where I was, man. Damn. We got to go out there and get a win. And the whole thing of hoping that the Redskins win or the Giants win, no, we need to man up and take care of our business. That's the bottom line. And this is the way it's supposed to be. See, for me, when I say this, people are going to say you're not a real Cowboy fan. But I actually miss when the Washington Redskins and the Dallas Cowboys were both good. And what we were playing for were playoffs and Super Bowl opportunities. Because the air was electric. The trash talking between both teams. See, it was a different game back when I grew up. It was a different game because the players played for the pride of the game. They weren't getting rich. They weren't looking and saying, oh, I'm going to be a free agent, so I don't want to, put my neck out in there. These guys lived and died for their team. There was passion in the game. That's what I saw yesterday. Something I hadn't seen in the last couple of weeks. I saw a whole lot of people that have been, been talking about, make sure you vote for me for Pro Bowl. I'm a hot boy. We're the Purge Squad. But they weren't earning it on the field. So back to Justin. Justin, shout out to Justin. He's on his way back to San Antonio. And we've got to figure out a way to help Justin and give him some support out here. So we're going to be looking at doing some different things that may involve some of you guys. And that whole situation gave me a hunger to want to do more of this stuff because Justin's story, it's really cool and it will make you feel good about it. But we're not doing that tonight. Right now it's hate time. It's hate, Philly. I hate you, Philly. I'm sorry. I hate your team, Philly. Eagles, this is what I got for you. That's what I got for you. Dak got a fully healthy roster and got the same record as the Eagles. And? Your point? Whatever happened to, here's what's funny. Here is what's so, you know what? I'm going to take that comment right there and I'm going to shove it down your throat. Because here's what's funny. You Eagle fans are crying, we're not healthy. We don't have a full roster. But when we lost Tyron Smith, when we had Zeke Elliott suspended, when we lost Sean Lee, and we said, hey, we don't have our franchise running back. We don't have our franchise tackle. We don't have Sean Lee. All Pro Bowlers. What did you Eagles face? Did you Eagles face? Oh, poor Cowboys. Yeah, you're right. You don't have your whole roster there. No worries. And now you guys are screaming that we're beat up. We're beat up. We're hurt. But you wouldn't let us use that though, right? Our quarterback yesterday was playing with a fractured finger. Our quarterback was playing with a fractured finger. And even having some Cowboy fans in here saying, well, bench him. First drive, bench Dak, put Cooper Rush in. Man, y'all are stupid. What's good, Ivory? Oh, man, listen. It's going to be ugly this week, okay? I'm going to let you guys know. Put the kiddies to bed, okay? Keep your wives away because it's going to get indignant this week with Eagles, Cowboys, okay? We are bringing back a rivalry. We are playing for playoff appearance. See, that's what I'm talking about. Look, I'm going to show this comment. This is where, Philly, this is not going to be tolerated because I'm going to show this comment and then I'm going to delete your ass. Where is it? Oh, you got Chaz Blazes. Okay, I'm going to say exactly what this person said. In fact, your ass, I'm going to go ahead and ban you. Can I block it? Oh, I guess I can't block it. He says, Mark Holmes likes dicks. See, that's what I'm talking about. If you come in and say stuff like that, you're going to get blocked. That's what I'm talking about, Philly, about no house training. There is no need for saying something like that. And back to the whole Dak Prescott one, when all you guys say, well, Dak sucks, get rid of him. Okay, all right. Who's going to make you happy? Who's going to make you happy? That's all I want to know. Who is going to make you happy on this team? What quarterback is going to be able to, because like I pointed out last week, well, Dak, he's not kicking the football. He's not tackling people. Thanks, Incognito. I didn't. Oh, Eagles Nation, because it was automatic. See, there's keywords. Here's the thing. There's keywords that we have that automatically hold comments for reviews. Okay? Because I don't want to. Dude. Kevin Burks. Dude, Mark, I'm a Cowboy fan, and I will piss you off, but you don't block fellow fans for checking you. No, Kevin, hold it. No. There's a difference between checking somebody and saying, Mark, you're wrong. Dak Prescott does this, and this that's wrong. But when you come in and say, you're an idiot, you blank to blank to blank to blank, F you, that is a different thing. That's not checking somebody. That's not checking somebody. That's just being an ass for no good reason. And we have people in here that don't come here for that. That's trash talking, that's personal attacks. So Kevin Burks, if that's what you're here for, then hey, no problem. There's other places you can go. You do not have to be here. You do not have to be here. Because the last time I checked, it says Joe Boo Sports Report on the door. This is a free site. Like Zeke Elliott's mama said, it's a free site. If you don't like what I'm saying, I will block your ass, and don't come crying when I do. That's the thing that's ridiculous. Primitive Sports, they can revisit it. It ain't going to be for what the Jets were asking for, like a number one, a second or third, and then like Zach Martin or Tyron Smith. I don't want them to make a crazy trade. Now, I will say this much. I was talking to Philly. Philly and I actually talked quite a bit, not necessarily on air. But I was looking at this, and this was my observation. This is my thing. The Eagles ended up be objective. Kevin Burks. I can be whatever I want to be on my channel. If you don't like what I do, you can make your own channel and put out there, Mark Holmes isn't objective, Mark Holmes is this, Mark Holmes is that. You don't have to, again, nobody in here is forced to be in here. Nobody is forced to be in here and to listen to what I take. You choose to be here. And if it's not what you like, then feel free to go. We have been, I got to tell you, as far as our record goes, to me, this is only, again, these are my personal observations. This is what I think and my belief. I may be wrong, but these are what I see and what I feel from my knowledge of football. What I saw from effort versus last night and some of these other games, you can't look at me and tell me that the Dallas Cowboys showed up against the Jets and played with reckless abandon. You can't tell me that the Dallas Cowboys weren't looking past that game, that they took that team for granted and said, we're the Dallas Cowboys, and all we have to do is show up, and we're going to win. Are you going to honestly tell me that the Dallas Cowboys, when they played the Jets, played the same way as they played against the Rams? I'll wait. My dog is... First of all, I don't have a dog. That's Michael's dog. And he was wearing a Dallas Cowboys jersey yesterday. Okay? Kellen Moore is being more creative on the offense. Yes. So, I see what kind of week this is going to be. I see what kind of week this is going to be. It's your channel. Stop wasting your time with these fools. Let's go, Cowboys Nation, and get our division. Albuquerque, New Mexico. No effort. That's what I'm saying. So when they say you're not being objective, I'm going to say, okay, I challenge somebody to find where. Let me preface it this. Football is like forecasting the weather. It's damn near impossible because, here it was, Ian Rappaport, I believe it was reporting yesterday. Was it Ian Rappaport? Or was it Adam Schefter? They were basically saying that the Cowboys won't, because they went ahead and said it, nope, Cowboys definitely have to kick off the second half. They reported that, and then like 2 minutes later, they came back and were like, no, that's wrong. Ian Rappaport, you remember, reported that the Cowboys were trading Tony Romo to the Redskins. The Redskins were trading Kirk Cousins to the 49ers. Right? Okay. People said that the Cleveland Browns were a Super Bowl team. You guys remember that? Remember when the Cleveland Browns in the offseason were ranked as high as 8th? Do you guys remember that?
Did you hear about the Cleveland Browns?
What?
They're the only team
that has not had, we had
record
in the last decade. Yeah, we talked about that. So understand, forecasting football is impossible. You can't pick all the games that are going to be winners from week to week. Vegas made a killing yesterday because everybody put their money on the Rams yesterday. So I say what I believe I see. So if you honestly see where and can find where I have just out and out made some shit up and was completely 100% wrong, I challenge you to find that. Kellen Moore official, you can kiss my high yellow ass if you think I'm going to get rid of Joe Boo. And all those who are out there that are saying, because he's a jinx. Well, I tell you what. It doesn't seem to have hurt Dak Prescott any because Dak Prescott has been with Joe Boo 4 different times. Power of 4. We ended up having a shirt that was signed and autographed by about 200 of you fans that Dak Prescott has at his home right now. Charles Haley. Take a look at Charles Haley's profile picture. Charles Haley, Hall of Famer. His profile picture is Joe Boo. 2014, we recreated the scene. It's very bad to steal Joe Boo's rum in Tony Romo's locker. Best season of his career. So if you think I'm going to throw Joe... Oh, and by the way, I used to stutter. The fact that I'm actually here on YouTube is actually crazy if you'd known me about 10 years ago. So throw why Joe Boo can't be light. He's too dark, man. Really? You know what? Thank you, moderator. He's too dark. What does the color of Joe Boo have to do with anything? I honestly ask you, what does color have to do with anything? Because, see, we don't see color in this house. We don't see color. If you've ever seen the movie Major League, Serrano had a voodoo doll in his locker named Joe Boo. And it was because of an Eagle fan that Joe Boo exists. I originally made it for fun, for Facebook, and everywhere that I went with the NFL, I took pictures of it. And people said, hey, what you doing? I said, that's Cowboy Joe Boo, here to spread some mojo for the Cowboys. Now that you have asked, I have to take your picture with him because you're now part of the story. This voodoo doll has been to 32 NFL markets. He's been to the last, I think, 6 Super Bowls. He's been to 2 Pro Bowls. He's been on the top of Camelback Mountain. He's been on the top of Diamond Head. He's had a video interview with, Kurt Warner. He's interviewed D-Law, Lyle Collins. He's been there with Dak Prescott. Sean Lee, believe it or not, Sean Lee wanted to take Joe Boo home because he thought it was the coolest thing in the world. So any of you idiots out there that say, dump the doll, you can kiss my butt. Roger Dodger, I appreciate that, man. Hold, because you said crap, that's actually blocked, but we want to show that. Sorry, Mark Holmes. I enjoyed your channel. I didn't mean to piss you off. I'm just saying, you know, I come in here to check you. Oh, check me. I'm going to ask you honestly, because people keep telling me, you got to be humble. You're an idiot. Tell me what I have ever said about the Cowboys that's wrong. That's not right. That's just, you shouldn't have said something like that. I talked to, it's actually 10 o'clock already, but we're going to go into bonus time. I actually meant to talk about DeMarcus Lawrence. DeMarcus Lawrence, maybe it was his rookie year or second year. No, second year. Joe Boo actually interviewed DeMarcus Lawrence. Actually did. Yeah, we were actually at an autograph signing. DeMarcus Lawrence has 2 Joe Boo shirts. I gave him one, and he asked me another time, hey, man, I want another one of those shirts. I love DeMarcus Lawrence. But I still have to say, I'm going to be critical of him. I love my wife. I hope she's not watching right now. But listen, this is the honest truth. I 100% love my wife and would not trade her in for anybody. My wife has stood with me through good times and bad. She'll put a foot in my ass and say, you were an idiot for doing that, but I'm not going anywhere. Okay? That's the kind of people you want around you. You don't want people that are around you that are just yes people that agree with you everything you say and are only there for the good times. You want somebody who is there with you for bad times and will tell you when you're screwing up. Like D-Law's mom said to him this past week, D-Law, shut your mouth. You're talking too much. You want respect? Do it on the field. Let your play on the field do it for you, which is the best advice in the world. She could be like, oh, honey, don't worry about it. And see, that's where I get problems with Jason Garrett. That's where I have problems with Jason Garrett because I see guys that make mistakes and Jason Garrett does not correct them. Did you see when Michael Bennett lined up twice over the line, lined up in the neutral zone? You saw Jason Garrett on the sideline like, oh, well, you know, Johnny, you got to make sure you – no, look. Michael Bennett, we can't have that mistake. You cannot do – you didn't do it once, you did it twice. Hold them accountable. You've seen people make stupid mistakes, and Jason Garrett's just kind of there. It's like, well, if you're the head coach, what are you doing? Believe me, I would have loved for Jason Garrett to have won a couple Super Bowls and been the next Jimmy Johnson. But I can't sit here and say, I had a person who said to me, you're not a diehard fan because if you see things that are wrong, you still don't say anything about it. What? What? Now the Cowboys are going to moonwalk the Eagles' ass and crowd boo, and the crowd will boo the Eagles. Well, you know, you're talking about the Eagles who threw snowballs at Santa Claus. Drew Brees broke the touchdown record. You know, that's incredible. I bet San Diego looks back at that and says, you know, we just gave up on him. Damn. Oh, I love, Pagan Texas Eagle. No. There's no love for Jason Garrett. Can't stand the Saints. I'm not, you know, I gotta, okay, when I say this, people are going to get pissed. I ain't mad at the Saints. They got my homeboy there, Demario Davis, who I would have loved to have had as a Dallas Cowboy. And I got to tell you, the food in New Orleans is pretty good. And having a Super Bowl in New Orleans is not a bad place to be. I'm just saying. I'm not rooting for the Saints, but it's not the worst place. It's not like the Eagles. See, when you go to Philly, you get those nasty cheese steaks with that cheese whiz on. That's some nasty stuff. Eddie B. Mark, I would have broken Manning's TD record. The Eagles are America's trailer trash. Oh, damn. Garrett is getting a 5 game. Oh. You just trying to break my heart, Bird Gang, aren't you? What's up, Bird Gang? I would have broken Manning's TD record if Troy have gotten one more concussion. Signed, loving you, yours, Jason Garrett. Eddie, I want to talk to you.
Hey, Bird Gang, I would invite him.
See.
Hey, Bird, if you want to invite Bird Gang,
I'll have you know, buddy. Let's see. See, Philly. If you were seeing some of these things, that's like Callie Vincent, who's calling me a fraud with my nasty ass T-shirt. I have you know, this is a brand new shirt right here. This one, literally, brand new tag on. Look, still brand new tag. It's not a greasy shirt, but apparently it's right. Haters are gonna hate. I don't think Van Der Esch is gonna be playing anymore this season. There's only 2 games left, and I think that I'm actually worried about that neck injury that he has. You might see him as a coach. Jason Garrett is Coach of the Year.
He only won Coach of the Year because Jerry Jones went to Hall of Fame.
Cowboy fan, but nothing wrong with. See, actually, there is something wrong with cheese. You want a steak and cheese because cheese. When you put things, when you name food, you put it in the order of how much there is. First of all, that cheese whiz is only one step away from being plastic. If you're going to put cheese on it, put like some pepper jack, okay? Or some Swiss cheese. Add some mushroom. Hell, add a little vegetable, a little lettuce and tomatoes and some onions on there. I'm going to show y'all this weekend what a real cheesesteak is, okay? Mark, I wouldn't blame you for personal attacks. That's too far, man. No, I don't do the personal attacks. But I'm going to tell you one thing, though. If you challenge me, you wouldn't like me when I'm angry. Jerry, jealous of what? Jet D here. Philly 500. Philly, your people, man. See, I'm seeing they're coming out the woodwork now. Nastier dumpster cheesesteaks. Now, see, Kenny, that's a personal attack. Eagles are ugly, fat girls of the NFL. Come on, man. See, that's getting personal. Cowboys trade Dak for Tom Brady. Oh, God, here we go. Here we go. Philly, if you don't make the playoffs, are you done with Dougie P? Keto steak, man, Rich, I haven't been doing keto for like the last 2 months, man. It's going to be after the Christmas holiday before I get back on it, okay? 31-24 Eagles this Sunday. Next time you come to Philly, look me up and I'll take you to a great cheesesteak place. I know Pat and Gino's, isn't it? Now, I did have actually some pretty good food when we were there for the draft. Still didn't find a good steak and cheese, but we were, shit. You had the Art Center, then you had like the Bell, and if you keep walking, it's kind of like this, it's almost like a train station is what it felt like, but there was all these different eatery places that were in there. And the hotel we stayed at was right across the street from there. They actually had some really good food in there, although they still just don't understand anything about lettuce and tomato. I just don't understand that. Eagles got this. Jet D, he's a great story. What's the Cowboys' weakness and their strengths? Whether or not they show up to play and that they have a game plan that they can actually alter. If the Cowboys play to their potential, they can beat anybody. If the Cowboys don't show up and they coach with brain farts, they can lose to anybody. Steffi Bates, see you later. Night Mark and Cowboys Nation 6 days ago. You were right about that. See you up north. Yes, Cool Arrow. I know it's because I got off the keto diet and I put on about 15 pounds. And you know the camera adds another 15 pounds. So that's 30 pounds. Much love to all my Cowboys family. See you later, Steffi. Pats and Gino are not, no, they are terrible. We're going to blow out the, I'm not going to go that far. I'm hoping we get a win. Drop a pick one day when you were 30 with the cow. Yeah, ha 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 ha, Brad. See, I see you guys are in here. Weakness coaching for sure. If Philly wins, they'll lose to the Giants. Q. How far am I from Fort Detrick, Maryland? Within an hour, I think. Fort Detrick. I'm trying to think. Is Fort Detrick up by Frederick? It's about an hour. I'd rather be trash because, see, trash turns into dumpster juice. Would I rather watch Co-Pizzle? Oh, soccer. Pfft, that's an easy one. Cincinnati barbecue is better than Philly sandwich. What? Oh, back to D-Law. Here. Oh man, I want to see D-Law. The last couple of games and into the playoffs, if we make it, be back to the real D-Law. Here's what's crazy. D-Law had 2 assists yesterday. That's it. D-Law in the last 5 games has a half a sack. Would you believe Jordan Lewis, who really wasn't playing much the first half of the season, is only 1 sack behind D-Law? Would you guys believe that? Jordan Lewis is only 1 sack behind D-Law for the season. If that shouldn't motivate D-Law, Michael Bennett has 4.5 sacks since he's been here with Dallas. He's got 6.5 on the season. Let me say it again. Michael Bennett only has a half sack less than D-Law in the time he's been here with Dallas. Wait, Mark, you have a problem with me? What problem? Wait, Eddie B. Leveling yours, Jason. Oh, I was like, Eddie B. Wait, you have a problem with me? This is news to me. Leveling yours, Jason Garrett. Yeah. I haven't checked, but Taco was right there with D-Law. If he got one this weekend, he would be ahead of him. I see the score 35-21. Dallas wins the division. I was talking to Philly 500 about that to watch them at the same time. And he was like, no, I don't have another camera. I don't think he wants to do that. I don't think he wants to. It would be great to have a dual live stream going with the two of us in real time. But Philly, he said he can't. He said he doesn't have the technology. I think he's scamming on me. How would I feel if we hired a new coach and he let Dak walk? I'd be surprised. How come the cow sissies saved the best for last? If Dallas goes to the Super Bowl with him, when do you think Jason Garrett keeps his? If the Cowboys go to the Super Bowl, of course he gets to keep his job. Although, if I were Jason Garrett, I might decide this is the time to leave because I'm on top and I can pick any job I want. If we win the Super Bowl because of Chris Richard, not Jason Garrett, Mark, who's going to go to the Pro Bowl for the Cowboys? I would probably say Zeke Elliott, Tyron Smith, Dak Prescott, Amari Cooper. On the defense, I can't say that anybody on the defense. Maybe Jalen Smith, but I still kind of think on the defense you're kind of lacking. I know D-Law is begging people to vote for him for a Pro Bowl, but I look at the defense. The defense has been lacking. Garrett has to go point blank. I would, Mike, I have to agree with you on that one. I would find it hard to believe that a coach would come in and say, you know, let Dak go. That would be kind of crazy. That or D-Law is going to put Wentz out. I would love to see him finally show up against the Eagles. He has actually not had that many sacks against Carson Wentz and the Eagles in his career. What's my opinion on Wentz? Wentz gets babied. You know, it's funny because Wentz, things that people talk about with Dak Prescott, they make excuses for Carson Wentz. If Dak Prescott had 44 fumbles, here's what's funny. Dak has 4 fumbles on the season. Carson Wentz had that in one game yesterday against the Redskins. Do you think if Dak Prescott had 4 fumbles in a game that they wouldn't be talking about that like crazy? We've had games that Dak Prescott has won and they've gone through and basically still killed him. Well, you know, Dak didn't do this, Dak didn't do that, Dak is dinking and dunking. We won the game. Carson Wentz has been dinking and dunking all season. He's averaging like 6.5 yards a game. I mean, per pass. 6.5. We had a little bit of snow and ice this morning. Think about that. If Dak Prescott this year was throwing for 6.5 yards per pass completion, you know they'd be killing him. If Dak had 44 fumbles, you know they'd be killing him. The fact that they went through earlier this year and said, well, you know, Carson Wentz's numbers are better than what you see because he's got, you know, hurt players. Dak would never get that. If we move there, I want to help you fix the red brick house. Spouse's military. Okay, now Fort Detrick is about an hour from me, but probably about 3 hours from the red brick house. Because the red brick house is in Central Virginia. Actually, but here's the thing. I think you're actually better off having Carson Wentz play than when Carson Wentz got hurt. Because think about it. Both times Carson Wentz got hurt, it got him a Super Bowl, got him to the playoffs last year. They weren't headed to the playoffs last year with Carson Wentz. They were 5-7 with Carson Wentz starting. I think it was 5-7. Yeah, 5-7. It was Nick Foles that came in and won those games that got him into the playoffs. Daniel, I can't disagree with you on that one, man. D-Law needs to show up on the field. Let your play on the field do your talking. Did you see Wentz's average after week 1 with D-Jax? Okay. But yeah, I'll go back and check. Dink and dunk Wentz and fumble it to him Wentz. How about that? Sean Lee actually, for his age and everything else, has actually been a godsend that we re-signed. We would have been screwed without him. And you could see yesterday was one of the best games he ever had, and he was injured going through it. Holy cow, didn't realize what. Actually, it's funny, Jason, because you think about 3 players that came up big yesterday were players that they really did not give a lot of opportunities. You know, Pollard, we haven't played him that much. He was injured, you know, against the Bears. But you looked at him getting more yards in a bigger burst, 10.6 yards per carry yesterday. Blake Jarwin, you know, he got more playing time yesterday, ended up being really big. And Jordan Lewis, a guy who they said he's too short to play. Again, Jordan Lewis has got 4 freaking sacks in the season, 1 less than D-Law. This is how the company, D-Law does talk too much and needs to start playing. You know, last year he was talking, but he was backing it up. This year he's talking, and you're just not seeing the same production. Cowboy Otter, actually, we'll go ahead and get ready to end on that. Justin had a great time. Justin, I'm glad that we could actually do that. And that really touched my heart and made me feel really, really good about what we did. But Justin's going to need some help more than just being able to go. It was great for him to be able to go to a game, but Justin is not necessarily in a great situation right now. And I'm working on trying to figure out a way that we can, as Cowboy fans, and not just Cowboy fans, fans all through and around, I even talked to Philly 500 about this, the way that we can do more things like that on a regular basis. Try and help some people that need help. And that's always been my mantra. People give me a hard way to go, but I try and look out for everybody. And I don't see color or gender or sexual orientation. I see people. And I wish we could get back to doing just that. Did you get some of the steak, Mike? Did you get some of the steak upstairs? Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, I didn't eat. I cooked and then got down here. How can you help? Well, I'm working on it. But one of the things I was thinking is Justin right now, he hasn't been able to work the last 2 months. Justin, I hate to keep saying this because I don't want to keep reminding him, but Justin, the doctor said basically he's got 5 or 6 months to live. I ordered everybody who donated to him going to the game, and he had an incredible experience. I ordered shot glasses, and it's less expensive the more you order. So I ordered 144 shot glasses. And so I think there's about 30 or 40 people who donated. I'm going to send each and every one of those guys who donated to that cause a shot glass. But what I was thinking is the other shot glasses that I have left, we can use those and say, okay, it's $10. Say, for example, it's $10 a shot glass. And I send all the shot glasses to Justin, let Justin be the one that takes care of packaging them up and sending them out. And that's his job, to help make some money, help raise money for him, and help maybe to raise money for other people to be able to do what he did. So I'm working on some ideas like that. So it should be on all of us to look out for our fellow man. So that's what all I have to say about that. And I might even do that to help, like, an Eagle fan live their dream. I don't know why they'd want to go to Philadelphia, but might even try and do that for an Eagle fan. So it won't just be Dallas Cowboy fans. People who don't like sports don't know how hard it is to go through this. You do a great job. Well, thank you, Brad, right? You're an Eagle fan, and you're saying nice things. See, now stop it. Stop it, Eagles fan. I don't want to like you guys. I don't want to like you guys.
No, it's the team. It's not the fan base.
Yeah, you're right. It's the team, right. Is there any outcome where Jason Garrett won't lose his job? I'll be honest with you. It's not guaranteed that he loses his job. Because you still got the wild card in Jerry Jones, who he's got so much money, he can just say, I don't give a F. I'm going to do what I want to do. And there ain't nothing we can do about it.
Hopefully he goes into the office. He's not going to get fired from the team. Going to the office.
Yeah. But we like you. Eagles Nation, but we like you. Oh, damn. Stop that. Stop it. Well, we're going to work on that. Between me, Joseph Heatherly. Joseph's going to be here this weekend, and Miss Jackie, along with Barry from Cowboys Nation and Philly 500. We're going to figure out how to do it. Angel, I'm with you. I need to go to bed myself. So we have actually taken up too much of the YouTube today. We need to leave some of this blogosphere open for them. And I'm going to go ahead and actually go eat some dinner. And Bird Gang, nice to see you, my man.
Hey.
What?
Bird Gang can come.
Can come what? To our house?
This not the other guy.
Bird Gang. Michael Anthony is actually giving you an invitation to come.
No.
Huh?
I'm saying the other guy, the one that lives up.
Okay. Bird Gang. Michael Anthony Fitness is giving you an invitation to come hang out at the man cave.
You the permission to get the invitation. This is your house.
Okay, Michael is giving me permission to give you an invite to come to the game. So if you're interested, hit us up, okay? See, here we go. Another one of you idiot-ass Eagle fans. Trill Rich. See, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about, Philly. You got some idiot ones out there that just want to come in here. You're probably about 10 years old and up, sitting here late up on your phone, hiding it from your mama. Look, I'm going to go ahead and put that on here. Come on, man. Come on, man.
That's all you get.
Cowboys this Sunday is hurting the Eagles. Carson Wentz. I hope he does. Well, Joey, you'll have an opportunity to do that. And like I said, what I want to do is when people do something, I want to at least be able to give them something back in return. You know, with the reason why I wanted to do the shot glasses for everybody who donated is once everybody gets their shot glass, we can all have a nice little shot of your favorite beverage. Okay, it doesn't have to be alcoholic, but your favorite tasty beverage. We can all have a drink together, and it's kind of a way that we can kind of link everybody up. But anyway, you ain't got to go home, but you got to get the heck up out of here because it's time to turn off the lights because this party is over. It's going to be a fun week, so hold on tight. Make sure you guys check out Philly 500 and make sure stole the phone from under Mama's pillow like that, Thomas Garrett. Make sure you guys check out Philly 500 and give them a hard way to go. But it's time to turn off the lights, guys.
The party's over. They say that all good things must end. Call it a night. The party's over. And tomorrow and next year starts the same old thing again.